Good morning and welcome to Universal Studios Hollywood. I'm really excited to get back inside this park. I've only ever spent one day here, and that was in September 2015. Since then, there's been quite a few changes here at this park, including the introduction of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. So I'm looking forward to heading into there and exploring all around. Something that I'm also really excited for is the retheme of Jurassic Park into Jurassic World. Huge fan of the movies, and I'm looking forward to seeing how Jurassic World is in person. I've watched some POVs, I'm looking forward to getting on there, giving it a ride, and of course sharing my thoughts. But yeah, it's really nice just to be back here. It's a very iconic entrance, of course, with the globe. You've got the archway, all the palm trees, and obviously you're up in the Hollywood Hills here. I mean, just driving past the Hollywood sign yeah, it's amazing to actually come here again and see it all. So let's head over to the entrance. Park hours today, 9 AM through until 7 PM, so we've got plenty of time. It's not a huge park, plenty of time to get around and see everything. What I really like about here as well, it's on like multiple levels. You've got like escalators that take you up and down, and yeah, it's got a really nice feel to it. And of course, we've got the absolutely incredible studio tour to go on as well. So we're literally about to open the turnstiles. Let's head over there. Welcome to the vlog from Universal Studios Hollywood. Here we go then, in through the turnstiles, walking down the main entrance street just here. All the crowds flooding in today. It is a Monday today, so it'll be interesting to see just how busy it is. But it is a holiday today, so we'll see what happens. But I'm loving the entrance here. It looks fantastic. Some of these buildings were having some work done to them last time, so it's good to see them. Not on my own though today. Alex is back. How you doing? His partner's here with him as well. We're all here at Universal for a bit of fun down here today, so I'm looking forward to it. Literally, it's just opened, I think. Here we go, yeah, we're in. Love the way they play the iconic music as you're walking in as well. So the only ride expected to be closed today is Transformers The Ride 3D. That was advertised on the website, and they've got a closures board right at the turnstiles as well, and that is closed, so that's fine. At least Jurassic World Zone, that's the one that I was a little bit worried about. I know it's had some downtime, they've been doing some work. You've got the board up there with all the opening times. Jurassic World, 10-minute wait apparently. Sounds good to me. So what's really cool about this park is the fact that it's all set in the hills, and we're making our way down to the lower lot now, and like I said at the start of the vlog, you've got like all these escalators, which is brilliant. You get some really nice views actually from up here. Hopefully the sun might come out for us a little bit later on, you never know. But yeah, this takes us down to the lower lot. When you get down to the bottom, you've got like the Mummy, which is on the right, off to the left Jurassic World, Transformers straight ahead.
As you step on the escalators, please stand on the center.
All like your studio tours down there to the right, and of course you've got loads of other studios all around the area as well. Big golf course over there. That's for you, Brett, if you're watching The Wizard of Oz. It's a good sign. I can see Jurassic World The Ride in action just down there to the left of the escalator. And of course we've got loads of construction going on here at the moment as well, but I'll talk a little bit about that later on in the vlog. The views are stunning from here though, they really are. You can see for miles. Really picturesque it is. Fantastic. Let's see how many people are going to go on Jurassic World, shall we? It's not very warm today. I am loving the look of the building and all the work that they've done to it here. It looks fantastic. Really does. And of course the main drop for the ride itself, just the other side of the wall just there. Nobody on it down at the bottom, so let's make our way down to the entrance archway. Wow, can't wait to get on this. Being an absolutely huge fan of the films, it really is great to see this. Now the refurbished ride actually opened last year, of course, a refurbishment from the former Jurassic Park attraction, and here we go. I'm really looking forward to seeing all of this. Jurassic World The Ride, straight ahead. All the planting, all the floors, it all looks very fresh around here. And of course it's more sort of grey walls and a lot of sort of darker colour schemes now. It's Jurassic World. Here we go then. We're on ride. That's the great thing about Universal Studios Hollywood compared to Orlando. You are permitted to film on ride, which is good. Maybe because it's in quite a touristy area in terms of people coming for the studio tours. I say that, so's Florida, isn't it? Not so much for the studio tours, but certainly a touristy area, so I don't know. Here we go.
Dinosaurs, a vast ocean was home to an explosion of life. At the top of the food chain sat the Mosasaurus, apex predator of the deep.
You are clear for entry.
I love it.
In a moment, you will be entering Predator Cove, home to some of Jurassic World's most powerful creatures.
We have a containment alert. We show multiple containment failures. Repeat, multiple systems failures.
Zero, we have one boat in the cove just past the return point. Sir, Blue is out of containment.
Asset containment units to Predator Cove. Repeat, ACU to Predator Cove. Code red.
Iron systems going down across the board.
Please remain calm. We have assets out of containment and help is on the way. In the meantime, please,
A security team is deployed. They will get you to safety.
This is Owen Brady. The anonymous reps escaped. Please remain in the boat and stay calm. Asset control units are on their way. We have to fly blue now. Tracking multiple targets. We are in full containment failure.
More systems going down. Power failures in 8 and 9.
Colonel, am I on? Son, listen to me. Do not panic. If you can see me, I need you to keep your hands inside the boat. The slightest movement will set these animals
absolutely awesome. I loved it. Wow. Jurassic World, Universal Studios Hollywood. That was absolutely awesome. Jurassic World The Ride here at Universal Studios Hollywood. I feel like we just stepped straight into the films. I mean, being a huge fan of Jurassic Park, both the films and the ride, and then Jurassic World, to come on to this, I was unsure how I was going to feel in terms of emotions and what they've done with the changes. You know me, I really liked it how it was before. However, I feel like they've enhanced the experience even more. Going up that initial lift hill, of course turning the corner to the left, I didn't know if he was going to lose the impact or not, you know, not having the massive gates and then as them opening straight away and seeing the big animatronic dinosaurs. However, it's not really lost anything in my opinion. It's just a completely different experience now. You go in there, a really nice use of screens on both sides. Really, really cool how it's done. And it's huge in there. I mean, POVs don't do it justice. You don't realise the size of that. Screens on both sides, water effects coming out from the top, which is really cool. And on the front, you get soaked. You actually get more wet there with the effects than you do on the big finale drop just here. Making your way round through the ride, there's so much going on now in terms of narration, animatronics, water effects. I really like the whole build-up of it, of course, heading into the indoor section. Where there used to be the Jeep, I wish there was maybe a little bit more movement around there, but I just prefer the overall theming and colour scheme of it now, but there's a little bit of movement there would be great. And then, of course, heading inside. Feels a lot darker now than it did before, like there's a little bit less lighting, and it's more focused on the animatronics and things they want you to see. Of course, having the screens as soon as you start going up the lift hill, explaining what's going on, really adds to it. Like, remain seated in the boat. Everything's going to be okay, but of course we know that it's not going to be. Head round the top section, more animatronics. There is one missing at the moment. It was closed last week actually for a couple of days, where they removed one of the animatronics, but hopefully that comes back at some point. I believe it's going down for a full refurbishment soon. Same as the big sign on the front here is missing at the moment. But yeah, I look forward to coming back and seeing it with those done in the future and back up. And then the big finale drop, of course, where you don't actually get too wet. However, it's more the overall experience of it. I absolutely loved it. Like, that's one of my favourite ever Universal rides across all the parks that I've been to from Universal. I thought they've done a fantastic job, and I'll be back later for some more rides. In fact, we didn't just have one, we had 2 rides on it, and I'll be back for some more later, and probably even a night ride as well. Jurassic World, 11 out of 10 from me. Probably a massive surprise. I wasn't expecting it to be quite as good as that, but I loved it. Up next then, it's time for Revenge of the Mummy, the ride, with just a 5-minute wait. I mean, we had 2 rides on Jurassic World there in about, what, 15, 20 minutes? Not too bad at all. So here we go, let's go and have a ride. Store everything in the lockers, which are free, which is good. And then we'll go and have a little ride. That's the good thing about Universal's parks, at least they don't charge you for the lockers. They are free to use. So we just had not 1 but 2 rides on the Mummy in just over 20 minutes. First time we went on, it was pretty much walk on. Second time, the line had started to build up a little bit. So yeah, we thought we may as well go on it anyway whilst we're down here in the lower lot. Unfortunately, you can't film on ride anymore. Seems like some of the attractions it's fine, like Jurassic World. However, speaking to a team member on that, it's a no-go on the Mummy and some of the other rides, which, you know, it's a shame, but it's changed obviously since I was last here. It's more like the Orlando park now. In terms of the ride, it's not quite as good as its Orlando version. There's not as much in terms of effects, like with the fire and stuff on there. Like, there's no fire or anything in here, but it's got some different effects and some couple of jump scares towards the start of the ride. The coaster itself, still a premier ride. You know, fantastic in terms of the launch on there. It's got a lot of force to it, but it just lacks a little bit in terms of the experience compared to Orlando. The fake station's one of my favourite parts on that version of the ride, and they don't have it on this. Obviously, the window drops down, you've got like a fake operator, an air gate. It's like you're getting off, and then there's all fire in the ceiling. There isn't that scene on here, but don't get me wrong, it's still a really good ride, but yeah, it's just not quite as good as the Orlando version. But yeah, it was good to get a couple of rides on there. As you can see behind me, we've got Transformers the Ride. That's closed at the moment for refurbishment, as advertised. I'm just so glad we got on Jurassic World. I loved it, and in fact we could take you on board with that as well. Was fantastic. Whilst we're down here though, let's have a look at some of the construction going on. You saw it when we was coming down the escalator. Let's have a little look and see what's going on down here. Here we go then. So here's a look at some of the construction going on. We've got the local expert then. But what's going on over here then, or what do we think's going on?
They haven't officially announced it, but it's going to be Nintendo Land most
Nintendo Land coming in down here. I mean, it's currently under construction at Universal Studios in Japan. We're starting to see some of the theming, but you can start to get a bit of an idea for the shape of it. It looks a little bit similar. You got the big tower crane over at the back. But yeah, work is going on for that. Probably the next time I'm here, that's going to be open. But I'll get some more zoomed in shots on the construction whilst we're going back up on the escalator up towards the top of the park. But yeah, it really gives you an idea on the size of this place and how it all works. I mean, is that some of the parking structure you can see up there and like a land's built on top of it? That's really weird, isn't it? But I like it. Like, it's really cool. Along with that as well, you've got a couple of different hotels all around the top there that aren't owned by Universal. It's not like Universal Orlando Resort, you know, it's a much bigger scale there than it is here. However, it's got the tram tour, which I'm really looking forward to. We'll probably head down there shortly and go and give that a ride. Something else we'll be going to experience as well is Waterworld, a fantastic stunt show that I absolutely loved last time. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, let's head back to the escalators and start heading up towards the upper levels of the park.
Decepticons, activate. From the bubbling depths of this wretched society do I rise.
The views from Universal Studios Hollywood really are spectacular. Just thought I'd give you another zoom in there on the Nintendo construction site down at the bottom. You can see one of the show buildings off to the right hand side there. Shows the scale of it. Actually working on there today. You see those construction workers up on the roof. Then we can see another steel framework going in here on the left hand side as well. Fascinating, it really is. I mean, they do so well with the space here. You've got to think, with it being a working studio, there's probably something always in production most days, and you've got to think they do so well in terms of space. I mean, you've got a lot of the different stages down here, sound stages. I mean, you've got stage 37 down the bottom there. Yeah, it gives you a good idea. You know, it's an active studio, so to fit in rides and accommodate millions of people coming every year, they do a really good job. Also gives you an idea on the scale of the show buildings from here as well. Of course, the Mummy being in this huge building here, and then Transformers just behind it there as well. Beautiful views, look at that. I mean, it's a little bit foggy over in the distance, but you get some great views all looking over in the hills there. Fantastic. Just whilst we're still here, I thought I'd show you this. It's quite cool. They actually tell you all the different studios in the area, so you can see it all. Of course, Warner Brothers. You can see that just over there with the Warner Brothers logo on the side. I'll give you a bit of a zoom in for that. Let's test the zoom out on this camera. That's quite good. There we go. So that's all Warner Brothers. And then just behind it is the Walt Disney Studios, just over there, and ABC as well. That's all sort of around that area, just off to the left. Oh, there we go. Party on the escalators, I love it. That's the best thing about it, you get a party on the escalators. Fantastic. Great views, great rides. Let's go to the tram tour. So this is really cool. This is something that I probably wouldn't have noticed unless these guys pointed it out. But here we go, you've got like the daily shooting schedule down here. It tells you everything that's being filmed here at the moment. There we go, how interesting is that? Something being filmed in City Walk there. Very interesting. And here we go, it's the entrance, only a 10-minute wait for the studio tour. Now this is spectacular. It's certainly the highlight of this park. It's what a lot of people come for, and it's something that I'm really looking forward to getting onto again. It's a really long experience, this. Of course, depending on filming schedules and different areas they're using, different set pieces and sound stages and stuff, that the tour can vary. I mean, sometimes it's longer than other times, but here we go. I'm looking forward to getting on this again. There's going to be lots of on-ride footage from on here as we make our way onto the Universal Studios tour. What a great atmosphere, really builds you up. And if you haven't seen enough escalators already, here's some more escalators. This vlog's just full of escalator POVs, isn't it, today? Yeah, good view over there of Harry Potter there, all the back of the show building there for Forbidden Journey. Not too sure about the queue line there, actually. But nonetheless, we'll be riding it later on. Right then, so we just walked straight on. I mean, I guess with this, they've got loads of trams going around.
Film studio, and
let's have a look at our tour guide.
We still have filming going on, and I'll tell you all about that once we get going here. Looks like we're going to start closing our
So here we go, like I say, this is a really, really long ride, long experience.
Watch those
So let's get going. We'll get this door down just here and we'll be on our way shortly. Let's go on the studio tour.
First, a few safety rules.
Okay, now that we are moving, please remain seated while the tram is in motion. Keep your arms and legs inside the tram at all times. The gentleman that you're seeing on screen here, that's Mr. Carl Lively, and that was in Chicago in 1912. 1914, he came out here to the West Coast, bought this hillside, and on March 15th, 1915, he opened the gates to the studio that we're taking you through today.
So there's a little look at the Universal Studios fire station that's owned and operated by those guys. Fascinating.
Behind, we leave the real world behind with it and take you into our studio front lot. This is where you'll find most of our sound stages, and it is inside these large buildings that movie magic and make-believe are made to happen.
So there's one of these sound stages. Taylor Swift was in there doing some filming recently. Dracula, and so many more. Constantly in use, apparently.
Sound stages are 98% soundproof. Almost everything that you see in film and on television is done inside of them. For example, stages.
To just give you an idea of where we are, we've made our way down the hillside. We're now at the back of Transformers and also the Nintendo construction area just over there on the right-hand side.
Stages 17 and 16.
Just love it all. It's just fantastic how there's all these different studio services, like carts moving around, lorries, trucks, golf buggies. Where else can you get around an active studio on a tram tour? It really is amazing.
Yeah, you know, the heat makes us furious. So we do movies, we do television shows. We are, after all, NBC Universal, one of the largest multimedia powerhouses in the world. We've made over 8,000 movies here through the years, including 10 Academy Award winners.
There we go, over 8,000 movies have been filmed here over the years. Fantastic.
Nominated for an Academy Award for Best Picture this year, 1917. Let's see, Academy Awards are in about 3 weeks. Let's see if we can turn it up to 11. Most of these bungalows were originally built to be dressing rooms for our stars. You know, during the golden age of Hollywood, 30s, 40s, 50s. Most stars were under contract to a particular studio, so it made sense for them to have these little homes away from home here on the
As mentioned there, from the tour guide, some of the old dressing rooms down there on the left-hand side from the golden age of Hollywood.
50s and early 60s. Golden age stars, and they starred in a number of romantic comedies, such as Pillow Talk, Lover Come Back. These are films you can frequently catch on Turner.
These are some of the newer sound stages just here on the left-hand side. Don't remember these from last time. Look really new. Gotta think it's been 4 years, well, nearly 5 years since I was last here.
Huge space for the competition series Songland. We frequently do that for our competition shows, such as on occasion we have to do exterior filming. It's usually done at our studio. Begins with our metropolitan area over here on the left. We'll give you a nice close-up look at our metro sets in just a moment. Now this is an area that is constantly in use. Right now, we are using it for Good Girls. In fact, they filmed a lot of season 2 here, and they've been filming a lot of season 3 there. We go around the corner, show you the front of the wall. It looks like an entire row of houses. This is what we call a facade, a false front. Just the fronts and sides of buildings.
Here we go, look at all the buildings around here.
On the right,
pretty sure this is the area where there was a couple of scare attractions, a couple of haunted houses actually.
Without any actual rooms
when I came for Halloween Horror Nights.
They're made out of good solid material, brick, concrete, or stone, or glass. They're actually made out of foam rubber, wood, fiberglass, plexiglass, and other lightweight materials. As a result, we can turn these streets into any major city, anywhere in the world, at pretty much any period in time. For example, this street that we're driving down is kind of an international feel to it. It's been a city of Belarus for Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. The street running parallel to us is New York Street, where Fast and Furious did a lot of their filming. And of course, we could turn it into New York City, just ask Jimmy Fallon.
Hey everyone, welcome to New York. I got my start right here in New York.
Here we go, heading up the hill now towards King Kong. some of the outdoor set areas are in use at the moment. Uh-oh, I don't like the look of that. Yeah, it's got all the filming going on, so we didn't go too far around those.
Experience, so you're going to have your glasses.
Here we go. So you got to give us some glasses before you come on the tour for some areas, including this section now. I don't know if we're going to make it out. What's going on? Oh my God! Here we go then into the Universal picture cars now. See how many of these we can recognise.
The Magnum PI Ferrari from the original series. We have some of the cars from Back to the Future Part 2. In that movie, they said we would have flying cars by the year 2015. I think we're running a little late. We have Fred
Really good tour guide.
Barney Rubble's cars.
Back to the Future Part 2.
From the live-action
Flintstones. Awesome.
And various cars from various Fast and Furious films. We even have one of the gyrospheres.
Oh, that's awesome from Jurassic World. Oh, I love that.
Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Each one of these vehicles looks unique, but for every one of these vehicles, we have multiple versions, and each version has its own purpose. Some of our picture cars are just little miniatures, you know. We have brought you into the lost world of Jurassic Park. Now, there are 3 Jurassic Park movies and 2 Jurassic World films, although we are currently working on Jurassic World 3 with stars Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard. They are being joined by 3 of the stars from the original film, Sam Neill, Laura Dern, and Jeff Goldblum. And of course, the whole idea behind these movies is that dinosaurs can be brought back from extinction. Well, as far as I know, that is just in the realm of science fiction, or maybe in Steven Spielberg, or in a Peter.
Uh-oh. Hey. Ah.
Of course, I could be wrong about that. Maybe dinosaurs can be brought back from extinction.
Great little section there from classic Jurassic Park.
Uh-oh. You got all the left. Remember what I said about getting wet? The surface level left-hand side. In the first 2 cars. Don't worry about all that water. We are very water conscious here at NBC Water, so we're not going to waste any of it. It'll be back at the top of the hill in about 15 seconds.
You can't outrun the wolf, kid!
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Why the
brought us into the Old West. We aren't about the halfway point, so once again, please remember the studio is private property. So if you drop your phone, just can't wait to use the restroom, whatever the reason, pull that red cord. We'll get to you as soon as we can. The important thing is to remain seated throughout the tour, stay inside the tram. So now we are in the Old West. Now this street, you might recognize from the Golden Globe winning, SAG Award winning, Academy Award nominated Quentin Tarantino film, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. They spent a lot of time filming on the street, and you really do recognize the street in the movie. Leo DiCaprio especially spent a lot of time right here.
It really is fascinating, isn't it? We're about the halfway point now. It just shows how different it can be depending on which day you come. The Wild West set we've just been through is going to be shut tomorrow because they're actually filming a music video. So it just goes to show some days you'll see different things than other days. So it keeps it really, really rideable and wanting to come back and see more. I certainly want to come back and see more on other days. But let's carry on with the tour. Loving it so far.
So monster movies were made in the 1920s, 30s, and 40s, way before the age of computers. So the special effects that you see in those films are not CGI or computer generated, but what we call physical effects or mechanical effects. Mechanical effects are used even today in this digital age. Hold on to that one. I'll come back to that in a moment. But first, we brought you into Little Europe, where all our classic monsters used to hang out. We can turn this into any European locale simply by changing the language on the signs, although most recently this was the good place.
You, Eleanor Shustra, are dead.
Cool.
This location, the afterlife, come on. I've never ever seen this.
I'm not supposed to be here. I can't risk going to the bad place.
Maybe it's not all that bad. What is the bad place like?
Well, it doesn't sound awesome.
These sets, though, are awesome. Again, they're shells and facades used for exterior filming. But we're going to take you past another type of set, what we call a practical set. Practical sets have rooms inside that can be used for both interior as well as exterior filming. And on the left, we have a beautiful California ranch-style house, and that is a practical set. It is for the TV series Home and Family, which airs weekdays on the here 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. Well, today's a holiday. They're taking the day off. Let me give you We're driving along the subway tracks, a little on the bumpy side, so let's remain seated while we are in here. The Bones folks turned this into the Washington Metro.
Uh-oh. We escaped King Kong earlier. I don't know if we're going to make it out of this one alive. Please.
Feels more like an 8 point. This one's the big one.
Absolutely amazing. Look at that. Beautiful. So well done.
Well, after all that excitement, I think we deserve a little vacation. I know the best place to go to, Amity Island. Great climate, really nice, friendly people. Although I heard they were being terrorized by a 25-foot great white man-eating shark. But I also heard they were able to capture that.
Things should be quite safe down here. Amity Island sounds quite nice. Shame the beach is closed. Wonder why.
Is that the shark that they caught? Well, that does not look like a 25-foot great white man-eating shark. I wonder if they caught the wrong one. Oh. Maybe that was the shark they were supposed to catch. Is that a diver in the water there? Oh no, this is not good. This is not good. Oops! located up here. Is it attacking us? They spent all 8 years filming here on our lot. Just ahead of us on the left, we'll be passing off of Colonial Street, which doubled as Wisteria Lane for those 8 years. The street kind of curves around to the left. We've been using it most recently for the series 8 People.
Making our way around to one of my favourites now. We've got the set here from the Grinch.
You're as cuddly as a cactus, and as charming as a bee. And these are some of the Whoville houses from that live-action film. They are made entirely of styrofoam. But who knew that Whoville was right around the corner from the Bates Motel and the actual house for the 1960 Alfred Hitchcock masterpiece Psycho. So there's the house on the hill, still standing after 60 years. Down below, the Bates Motel. Anybody need a place to stay tonight? I hear the rooms are very clean. Room service is excellent. And Norman Bates, the owner, well, I hear he's been doing a lot of sprucing up and renovating. And, well, look, there he is.
Oh, boy.
Oh, dear. I think we may have outstayed our welcome here. Yeah, I think it's definitely time for us to check out of the Bates Motel. And this brings us on to the spectacular plane crash set from the Steven Spielberg blockbuster War of the Worlds, starring Tom Cruise.
Sunset is perfect for set. It is all designed around the vision of Stephen. We forget to sit down and talk about the War of the World. I thought, what if the 747 goes down right in a big neighborhood? Because it's just something you don't see.
You're doing good.
By the way, this airplane is a very real airplane that was taken apart and brought here and made to look as if it had crashed on this set. Real airplane, Hollywood crash. Landscapes that don't really exist or might be a little too difficult to film in. In front of the backdrop, we have a basin that we could fill with water. Both the backdrop and the basin were used for this scene from the film Sully, directed by Clint Eastwood and starring Tom Hanks.
Evacuate.
So here we have the airplane in the Hudson River. Both the airplane and the passengers are in the basin filled with water. The backdrop's been turned into New York City. This scene was filmed right here. Right here. Okay, I think that's going to be a decoy tram, so we're going to hide out here in this safe house while the other tram is a decoy, and hopefully we'll be able to get you back safe and sound to tram.
My name is Roman Pierce.
Broke up the party just as we got here. That wasn't very nice.
We don't work for nobody. Cop, I suggest you clear out of here, otherwise we can't get into your state.
Guarantee my safety? I'm the one holding the gun.
Yeah, but mine's a whole lot bigger than yours.
Escort this guy out.
Have a wonderful day, everybody. Watch your step as he wakes up the tram and have fun today. Bye-bye.
Highlights there from the studio tour here at Universal Studios Hollywood. How amazing is that? It's like a 45-minute experience. And like I said during the tour, it does vary. Some days it'll be a little bit longer than others. Other days it'll be a little bit shorter. It all depends on like which backlots you go through and all the sound stages. Honestly, it was amazing that. Just to see like all the cars from the films, the Jaws set, just everything about it is absolutely amazing. And then of course one of my favourites in there is going into like the subway and all the special effects that are used on that. It's amazing, it really is. It's a working studio and it's just so genuine. The tour guide was really good. Of course you've got the King Kong, Fast and Furious sections as well down there that are good, but they're certainly not the highlights. For me it's the physical set pieces that really make it, the genuine stuff down there that I do really enjoy. But fair play to Universal, they keep it going. We didn't really go around like any of the New York set areas that much really, which is a shame, but they're doing some filming down there at the moment. But yeah, that was absolutely outstanding. It's the highlight of this park. And it was so good to just see that again and experience it all. We may even have another ride on there at some point. The good thing is with the ticket that I bought for the park today, it's got like a free second day return. So if I do get a chance before I fly home on Friday, I'll be coming back here for a second day to just do some of my favourites again, like Jurassic World, and of course maybe do the tram tour again. Anyway, going to go and see the special effects show now. I'm not too sure if I'll be able to get any footage in here or not. Probably not. I know that I can film Waterworld, but there we go. I got a thumbs up there from Alex. He's like, give me the thumbs up. Oh yeah, we're all good. We're all good. It's like dispatching a coaster. So here we go. Yeah, we'll head inside the special effects show. I don't remember seeing this last time. They had something on for Halloween Horror Nights, so I'm not too sure if this was running or if we just didn't have time. But here we go. Let's go and check this out here at Universal Studios Hollywood. Just rocking up just before the show starts. Love it.
Please welcome our special effects show stunt department.
Yeah! That was dynamite! Brian came zipping down. Michael came flying in.
She's okay. This is a classic cinematic horror technique, a Hollywood blood knife. Take a look. This is a false blade with a cutout for her arm that comes out of the handle, like that. Meanwhile, I'm squeezing movie blood from this bowl back here so that it comes out of a tube right where the notch is. Give it up for Jenna! Finally, they can add skins. Using this technology, we can turn Justin and his movements into anything that we want. So, Justin, we have turned you into a cuddly, friendly teddy bear. Hello! But you're not just any teddy bear. You are the star of Universal's Ted.
Cool!
You're waiting
Ready to burn? Ready.
Ready in action!
Light it. You're lit!
10 seconds. 12.
You're up!
All the way back up, Gustavo. Chin up. You got this. There we go. Gustavo, you look very natural up there. Let's move it forward. So press this square here and drag him right into this square here. Oh, Gustavo, don't look down, okay? She got excited. No. Okay, we're gonna have to stop. So stop, hold it down.
Some footage there from the special effects show. Around a 30-minute production, and I enjoyed it. I thought the fire, where setting the man on fire, was fantastic. That was certainly the highlight of the show. You know me, I love special effects, fire, and I thought that was really well done. In general, there wasn't loads of big scale stuff in there. It was a cool show to see. It's certainly something that I recommend watching. I definitely think that Waterworld, which is something we're going to be watching later on, is a much more superior production. But it's good that they've still kept that, and it's like a look into how the effects are done. Especially like with Ted, that was really interesting as well, how they like attached like all sensors to a human, and then they can like change it on the screen. But no, I really enjoyed it. It's not something that I'd watch like multiple times a day or you know, Probably next time I come, I'd skip it, you know, if it's the same show. But I enjoyed it. It was good to see it, and I definitely recommend watching it if you do come here, especially on a busier day. Crowds are quite heavy today. Now it's certainly got a little bit busier as we make our way to something that I've been really looking forward to seeing. I've only ever seen one Wizarding World, and that's at Universal Orlando. Welcome to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. This was under construction last time I was here. There was a big fence up out the front. It was nearly ready to open, but it wasn't quite ready. Now, of course, they've got no Diagon Alley here. There's no Hogwarts Express train ride. They've got the Hogwarts Express at the side as a photo opportunity, but they have got a new coaster credit for me to get on down there, Flight of the Hippogriff, so we'll give that a ride. And of course, Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey, the absolutely awesome dark ride, one of the best rides in the world. Really looking forward to trying this version of it. When it opened, they actually had 3D glasses on there, but they took them off. I mean, I dread to think what it was like with 3D glasses. I don't think it needs them, to be honest. I mean, they've got enough 3D rides as it is with Forbidden Journey from doing the one in Orlando. I just don't think it needs that really. So I'm looking forward to getting on there and seeing if there's any differences compared to the version in Orlando. But here we go, let's enter the archway. Welcome to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. Shows how cold it is today in California. Look at the snow on the roofs. Welcome to Hogsmeade. Of course it's not real, but look at it. Great to be stepping back into one of the most immersive theme park areas in the world. And it's weird walking into here and not having the entrance to Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure. Of course at Orlando, the entrance to that is just there on the right. Where's Hagrid? You told me that Hagrid was here. Right, yeah, of course in Orlando, that's the entrance to the coaster right there. It's quite interesting how they put like the archway in though. Here we go, let's make our way down this way towards Hogwarts. We'll have a look in some of the buildings. Of course you've got Ollivander's, the One Shop, loads of other areas to walk inside as well. What an amazing area. I'd say this is even more immersive actually than the version in Orlando, because you got to think the actual street itself in Orlando in Islands of Adventure was standing before of course Harry Potter came in. I mean, and yeah, a lot of work was done to it, but there was an existing area there. With this it was all a new build, so I guess they could take a lot more time with it, and it feels a little bit wider in places actually as well to accommodate with the crowds. Of course with it being the original over in Orlando, I don't think they realised sort of how popular it was probably going to be, so they've kind of made it a little bit bigger on the paths just around here. That's like your exit up that way for Hagrid's over in Orlando. Really weird seeing another one, but it's good to see. Here we go, turn the corner to the left. There's Hogwarts. I mean, from what I can see, it looks pretty much identical. Got the stage area just over there. Wow. Such an amazing area. Very, very busy around here, as expected. I imagine that attendance was really brought up with the opening of the Wizarding World. And here we go, we're going to make our way onto Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. Shame that we won't be able to get any footage on here. I thought hopefully originally we was going to be able to, but it's one of them things, isn't it? We'll always follow the rules. No filming's allowed on there, so we won't do for this one. But yeah, we've got a 65-minute wait or single rider, so we're going to give single rider a go for this one. But here we go, we'll see when we come off Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. Got a new coaster credit for me to get opposite as well. Lovely. Got all of a new credit. Well, I'll tell you what, if you don't mind splitting up with your party, the single rider line there moves so quick on Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. We just had 2 back-to-back rides on there, waited less than 5 minutes, like 2 or 3 minutes there waiting to go on. Absolutely fantastic. Great to see another version of what is one of the world's best rides. And I'd say that this version was actually even better than that of Orlando. You've got to think this is much newer. And like I mentioned earlier on when we walked into the area, you used to wear 3D glasses when it originally opened. I think that's the reason why this is a little bit different different. Some of the set design in there is a lot brighter in some of the scenes. Obviously you think when you went to wear glasses, like you wouldn't see as much if the scenes were quite dark, so it was a lot brighter in quite a lot of the scenes, which was interesting. Along with that as well, there was some theming changes. I thought it'd be a pretty much carbon copy, but no, there was quite a lot of differences, especially like with the Dementors. That area around there's a lot more Dementors actually, and one of them comes up from the side and the one that comes towards you, so it's a little bit more scary. The one big willow, when you go on your back looking up to the top, that felt like it was even bigger and certainly better lit up, so you could appreciate it even more. Overall, absolutely amazing. Definitely my favourite out of the two versions of the ride I've done. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. It's absolutely fantastic. 65-minute wait normally, single rider line, less than 5 minutes. So if you don't mind splitting up with your party, go for it and give it a ride. But Hippogriff's got a 35-minute wait at the moment, so we're going to come back a little bit later for that. I'll definitely be riding it because I want the credit. We're going to have a little look around now, try out some of the other attractions, and also have a little look at some of the construction taking place for a new experience opening later this year. I'd forgotten just how nice some of these facades are around here. They look absolutely awesome. Make our way around this corner, we can see a blue construction fence, and just behind that, they're doing some work on all the facades, because this will become a new attraction later this year, The Secret Life of Pets. So yeah, it's going to be opening at some point this year here at Universal Studios Hollywood. You can see quite a lot of work going on there, on them facades. Can't really remember too much what it was like before, to be honest. But yeah, it looks really good, very bright around there, really tall facades as well. Yeah, I look forward to coming back in the future and experiencing that at some point. Here we go then, so there was something else that's been added since I was last here. Is The Walking Dead, a walk-through attraction. So going to go and give this a go. It runs at certain times, seems like it's open with a 20-minute wait, so that's not too bad. It's included in our mission, so we're going to have to go and give this a go. From some of the people coming out, it doesn't look too scary. You've got to bear in mind, done a lot of the Halloween Horror Nights attractions both here and also in Orlando, and they are really well themed, so I'm looking forward to giving this a go, especially with it being more of a permanent attraction. So yeah, let's go and see what it's like. Obviously we won't be able to film inside, but I'll see when we come out, I'll give it a little review. Let's go and get some early season spooks.
Listen, there's a way you can make it out of here. Get to the town. Get to the place. Follow the signs. Facility.
What the hell just happened? Like, so we only waited about 15 minutes for it. There was a guy in there who was absolutely terrified, and we went through. I don't think he could speak English, and he grabbed onto me. He was like, "Well," at first he was going to be leading, wasn't he? I just can't get over it. Like, at least you got the camera rolling straight away. Oh, I wish we could have filmed that. And then the lady made him go first, and he was like, he pushed me in front, and he just grabbed like onto my coat throughout the whole experience. There was only about 5 minutes or so. Like, he was grabbed onto my back constantly, pulling my coat, and everything was going, Like, he was so scared in there, but oh, that was hilarious. At the end, he just shook my hand. Like, oh, honestly, that was bizarre. Like, I thought I'm going to get the camera rolling straight after that. What even just happened? That was a really good attraction. Quite short, but very well themed. Lots of actors in there, no touching or anything like that. Of course, don't think they get away with it over in the States, not like we do back home. But yeah, it was very well themed. The size of the set design in there is amazing. You got like the massive trucks, like huge buildings in there. I mean, you've got to respect it. It is Universal, it is a live film set, you know, so they know what they're doing with theming. But that was awesome, and it was made even funny with that guy. So funny that was, it was crazy. But I really enjoyed it. Some very good theming, loud audio. It was a little bit of a conga line in places, but it wasn't too bad compared to some other attractions that I've done at Halloween Horror Nights. Really enjoyed it, a lot better than I was expecting. Well themed. You saw some shots from the queue line. It was that consistent really throughout the rest of it. Really well themed. enjoyed that a lot. Probably one of my favourite things I've done today. Loving Universal Studios Hollywood. There's some really nice attractions here. As much as it is quite on the pricey side to get in, it is quite expensive. There's a lot here, and what there is very genuine and good quality. But no, that was fantastic, and it made him funny with that guy, honestly. But hopefully I'll see him again. I'm going to take him in again. He's not going to have a choice. I'll just drag him in and we'll go for another walk through. No, brilliant. Really enjoyed it.
I love tall boys.
Honestly, I still can't get over that. It was absolutely hilarious. If anyone could have filmed it. I'm loving all these photo opportunities and characters around.
Tell us what happened.
My wife hasn't seen it, but I know this. If you saw Waterworld, then you saw Frozen 2. Same story. Same thing.
Is it true? Oh,
yeah.
Ice melts and there's a flood?
Exactly. If you replace Anna and Elsa with Marinara, boom, same person.
Lady, I don't know if that hat...
Love how they're up there in the windows telling jokes. Really good. Here we go. We're going to try something new though now compared to when I was last here. I'm looking forward to this. It's Kung Fu Panda Adventure. So I'm right in thinking this replaced Shrek. I'm right in thinking, yeah, Shrek. Just getting my confirmation there from Alex. You get the thumbs up. That's it. Yeah, love it. Yeah, this replaced Shrek. So I'm looking forward to giving this a go. They've not got this in Orlando, so let's go and see what it's like. I don't really know what to expect really. I'm assuming that with Shrek being like a 4D cinema, we've got that sort of idea going on. But let's go and have a look. And we'll see when we come out of this one.
What time?
Oh, Pinocchio. Yeah. So this is kind of built around the back of the Wisdom World. I do kind of wish that there was some more trees and stuff to try and cover up the Wisdom World a little bit. I mean, I know that they're a bit short on space here compared to Orlando, but it would be quite nice if they could try and sort of separate it off a little bit better. But nonetheless, they have plenty of little trees around here. They'll grow a little bit more and start to cover it in. It's mainly for when you're inside the area and seeing out, really. But here we go, let's go and give this a go. See what it's like.
You've just received a lesson from
The Emperor! Ooh. My clever son has been asked to make a special delivery for the Emperor!
How do you know that? The power of cheer! You're no match for my hammer! I'm coming, Dad!
Sorry. Lost your special delivery.
You are my special delivery.
Wait, me? Then what was in that bottle?
The secret ingredient to my hot sauce.
Some footage there from inside the Dreamworks Theatre, and I really enjoyed the projection mapping there in the attraction, and the fact that Universal have designed something where you don't actually need to wear 3D glasses. I did really like that factor there. It felt like it was lacking something though. I mean, the story of it and everything was great with Kung Fu Panda. It's clear that they've designed it as a Dreamworks Theatre so they can change it up if they want to. At other points, maybe put a different version of Shrek in there or some of the other Dreamworks movies, but it felt like it was just lacking something, maybe some sort of physical effects in there, maybe some more smoke or water effects or something. Felt a little bit flat. I'd recommend if you are going to watch it, sit a bit close to the front than what we did, just so you can sort of see a little bit more. But don't get me wrong, I enjoyed it. I'd say it was on par for me with Shrek, because I did quite like Shrek and some of the effects in it. But yeah, I'd say it was on par. The projection mapping around the side was really cool and was well done, especially when you went into the theatre and you could hardly tell if it was theming or projections, which was really good. But yeah, it just needs a little bit of work in just making it a little bit more like you're stepping inside the movie, in my opinion. But there we go, we've done it. We waited about half an hour for it. I wouldn't want to wait any more than that, really. In terms of attractions then, there's not really loads left to do. I mean, it's a much smaller park than, of course, over in Orlando, but it's really nice on the hillside. There's a lot of attractions that I do really enjoy here, even though there's not like tens and tens of things to do. They've got lots of different shows, like an animal actors show. We're going to go and watch Waterworld this afternoon to go and check that out, probably when the sun's gone down, if there is any sun. so not much of it today. But yeah, we'll have a look around this area. Of course, you've got Despicable Me down here. You've got the Super Silly Funland, which is the kids area. And let's have a little look around here because it's quite nice. This is actually built on top of the parking lot. Here's a little look at some of the theming then around here. Got a little spinning ride just there on the right hand side. It's quite a fun area. I mean, they've done a really good job of this. I do like it. A few different games. It's like a karaoke. Silly swirly, 25-minute wait there. Basically a Dumbo style spinning ride. We were saying earlier on that the building that we can see just in the background over there kind of looks flat. It's like it's a 2D piece of theming. It is real, of course, but it just looks very 2D when you're looking at it from inside the park. Gift shop round here. So obviously some more viewpoints as well, so you can see a little bit more of the area around here as well. Some play equipment. Yeah, there's not loads of stuff in this area. It would definitely benefit from a couple of different rides, but it looks like we'll get some nice views around here. Walking down this way, we get another look at the building there for the Secret Life of Pets. Very colourful, huge facade. See a bit of the show building at the back there as well. And the entrance there to Despicable Me Minion Mayhem. Probably going to give that and The Simpsons a miss today, unless the lines go down for them. Nothing spectacular. Of course, I've done them both before in Orlando and also here, so not really missing out on too much with those. Wouldn't fancy waiting 45 minutes for it. Got a Minion out the front here though as well. Great photo opportunity. But yeah, the show building looks huge there. So I'm looking forward to coming back. Of course, that'll be open next time I'm here. So I look forward to giving it a go. Loving this Mediterranean style area. I imagine this is a great place to just come and chill out, have a beer, chill with friends. It's very nice. Away from everything else, all the facades. Really nice with all the lights going over the top. You've got some planting around, some smaller details. Yeah, really nice. And this just leads straight down through this way. Got the Moulin Rouge just over there. It's a very pretty park. You've got amazing views, you've got some great attractions. It's definitely worth a visit. A lot of people say, oh, there's not enough there for them to go, but honestly, I definitely recommend it. Yes, it's expensive, but there's some really good stuff here. And one of my favourites is going to be coming up a little bit later with Waterworld. Can't wait for that. I'm so hyped to see it again. Back into the Wisdom World of Harry Potter then now. Let's have a look through some of the shops just here. Also go and get a new coaster credit, Flight of the Hippogriff shortly. Just looking for a snack, something that I can take into the line with me. Over into Honeydukes now. See what we've got in here. Because with it being Harry Potter, it is very expensive stuff, but well worth it. Very authentic. Here's a little look at the Three Broomsticks. One of my favourite eateries actually, really enjoy it in here. They've got fish and chips, one of my favourites of course. It's all very expensive around here, but it's worth it for the actual experience. It's really nicely themed in there as well. Look at the decor in here. Right then, next up it's time to go and ride Flight of the Hippogriff. And with this coaster, it's actually a Mack coaster. It's a Mack Youngstar that they've got here at Universal Studios Hollywood. And make our way around this way. It's advertised a 30-minute wait, so let's go and see how long the wait actually is. Sometimes with Universal, they do like over-exaggerate the wait times a little bit, so we'll see with this one, but it's quite well themed around here.
The forest in the grounds is forbidden.
We've got Hagrid's hut down here as well.
That lives in the forest that'll hurt you. If you're with me or Fang, the best keep to the park.
Here we go, very nice. Well themed, some good landscaping. Here we go, here's Hagrid's hut. Motorbike there as well with a sidecar. And here we go, right, let's go have a ride on here. Can't film on this one, unfortunately, so I'll just put in some off-ride footage. Ride there on Flight of the Hippogriff. We only actually waited about 15 minutes running a 2-train service. Got the credit though. Some really nice views of the area from up there as well. Shame you can't film on it, but to be expected really. I mean, especially with Universal Orlando as well, they don't really allow filming on anything, so at least you can on a couple of things here. Here we go then, just have a little walk around Hogsmeade, around the back here. Some really nice buildings around here actually, a little bit different actually to Orlando. You got to think this is all the locker area now for Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure. I think we're just going to go into Ollivanders, just going to have a little look in there, the one shop, and then coming up after that it'll be time for some highlights from Waterworld. Long vlog today here from Universal Studios Hollywood, loads to see.
Why don't you water the flowers? Aim the wand at them, and with just a bit of a wave, you say augmenti. Lovely. Oh. The wand has chosen the perfect fit. Zoe, you've been chosen by a wonderful Willow. Willow Wood chooses someone who values friendship very highly. Someone creative, able to see.
Some footage there from inside Ollivanders over in the Wizarding World. Very similar to that as over in Orlando. You go in there, someone gets selected, and then you get all like the special effects and choose your wand. It's very, very cool. Anyway, we've made our way over to Waterworld. I absolutely loved this show when I was last here, so I can't wait to see it again. We're going to head in there shortly. So coming up over the next few minutes is some highlights from this absolutely spectacular show. If you've never seen videos of it or anything before, prepare yourself because this really is something spectacular, and it's coming up right about now. Enjoy the show.
Brave explorers voyage in search of the legend of Dryland, the last remaining on the planet. But the Deacon, maniacal leader of a group of evil raiders called Smokers, is determined to find Dryland first.
called First One Who Talks Lives.
Leave him alone! He doesn't know anything!
And that just made you the winner.
Helen, don't tell that freak anything!
And this guy's the loser. Drop him!
No!
Oh, Helen! Helen, where do you think you're going? Did I say you could leave before the party was... You are dead. Get the girl.
Harder than that!
Mariner, come on! Just you and me, man versus fish. Why don't you come and get him?
Mariner, no! Hey!
Why don't you do us all a favor? I want you to stand in one spot. Using Chuck as a shield? I never liked Chuck.
No, Mariner!
Thank you, Helen. Because I have a brand new vision. I'll get my seaplane.
Mariner!
Hold on! Wrecked my seaplane. It doesn't matter. I've got your woman. I've killed your friends. Who's gonna stop me now? You? And you? If I go down, I take you with me.
Okay, open the gates! That girl takes to the blow. We're not gonna make it.
And so the Deacon's threat has ended, and civilization may start anew on dry land.
Waterworld was absolutely awesome. It's still one of my favourite theme park shows. They've done such a fantastic job with it. The soundtrack, the special effects. It's only actually a 20-minute show, but it's action-packed. There's so much going on in there. And the highlight, of course, being all the fire, the different stunts, and that huge plane what just comes and lands in the water right in front of you. A little warning if you do go to watch that show, if you're sitting near the front, you will get soaked. They chuck buckets of water, they've got like these hose pipes. Honestly, it gets a little bit wet, but that's the whole idea of it, right? It is called Waterworld. But no, I loved it. I thought it was spectacular. It's a brilliant production, and if you come into this park, it's not to be missed. Something that you can't get over at the Florida Universal Parks as well. Anyway, we've made our way now back down to the lower lot, where we're going to go and have a ride on Jurassic World at night. I won't put in the full ride, because obviously it will be dark in some areas. However, I'll take you on again and just put some highlights in from this before we wrap up the vlog, and of course have a look at the raptor encounter just out here as well.
In the age of the dinosaurs, a vast ocean was home to an explosion of life. At the top of the food chain sat the Mosasaurus, apex predator of the deep.
You are clear for entry.
on the way. In the meantime, please,
A security team is deployed. They will get you to safety.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the latter part of the Cretaceous period, Dromaeosaurs ruled the land using their speed, agility, and vicious hunting techniques. Today, we invite the bravest among you to encounter the mightiest theropod of 75 million years ago, the Velociraptor.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Raptor Encounter. My name's Shannon. I'm one of the dinosaur handlers here at Jurassic World. Now, the training that you're going to be assisting us with tonight is an important part of our Raptor program. It allows us to study how the dinosaurs respond in proximity to humans. And we're going to be using our favorite Velociraptor, Blue, because of her extreme intelligence, but also because of her empathy towards people, which is an unusual trait for a dinosaur to have. She's been a little feistier than normal tonight. Now, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, but remember, we're also dealing with a wild animal, so please, no sudden movements, and do not approach the raptor unless directed to do so. If everyone follows the rules, you all will be perfectly safe. Don't worry. We have everything under control. She is definitely ready to come meet you all. And most importantly, folks, no matter what Blue does, I need you all to remain calm. As long as you are calm, she will be calm. Let's see what happens. Open the gates! Eyes on me. Blue. Blue. Hold! Eyes on me. Hey! That is more like it. Okay? And we're moving. We're moving. Good. Good job, girl. All right. Now, folks, as you can see, Blue's exhibiting a little bit of disobedience. She is responding to some of my voice commands. That's a good thing. So we're going to approach very cautiously, all right? Let's start with our volunteers right here. And I hope...
Loving the raptor encounter, and it's great that we got Blue as well down at Jurassic World. But there we go, that wraps up an action-packed day and a very, very long video here from Universal Studios Hollywood. There's so much here in terms of longer experience, and I've got some great footage today. The tram tour, for example, takes up a good proportion of the vlog. But you've got to think, normally I'd go to parks for maybe 2 days and spread it out over the two, whereas with here, there's not so much enough to do for 2 days. So it's kind of like fit it all into one action-packed video. So yeah, it's been quite a long one. The highlight, I mean, for me now, my favourite ride last time was the studio tour. However, I feel like that's changed, and I'd say Jurassic World, like, I've fallen in love with it. I've had 4 rides on it today. I thought it was fantastic. Really impressed with the tour though, as always. The park looks even fresher than last time. The views are incredible from here, and I definitely recommend it. It is on the pricey side. It's very expensive. I mean, coming here for parking, admission, food, it's come to like £130. So a lot of money really for what you're getting in terms of attractions, but I still recommend it, even though it is a lot more expensive than going to the Disney parks, really, especially if you book in advance. But there we go, it's been absolutely awesome. Of course, I've not been alone, been with Alex as well. Had a good day, hasn't it? We enjoyed it. Like, it's been really good to get down here. And yeah, it's been nice to have you on the channel again. It's not going to be 4 years before I see you again, but it's been so nice, it really has, of course. We've had a great day, all three of us. We've had a fantastic time here, enjoying all the delights of Universal Studios Hollywood. But there we go, thank you very much for watching. There's still some more vlogs to come from this trip, so make sure you stay tuned for those. I'm Sean Sandbrook, thanks for watching Theme Park Worldwide. That means it's time to cue those credits. See you all soon.